Good morning. Good morning. Oh, y'all got that hump day drag on y'all this morning. That is understandable. It's Wednesday, day 14 of the Proverb Challenge. I hope everybody got this link. I'm kind of surprised I don't see my folks on here this morning. What's going on? Hope everything's okay. But anyhow, we're gonna go right on. I'm trying to make sure this is gone live to make sure that we are all good. Proverb 14:12 from Derek Grant. And okay, cool. Proverb 4, verse 33 from Portia. Wondering what's going on. So I don't see anybody on here. So if you are watching this live, just forgive my hesitance here. Let's see. Somebody commented on the post. Okay, good morning. Good morning. I guess y'all can see me then. So praise the Lord. I don't see anyone. So that's very interesting to me. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna move right on. So this is day 14. Day 14. We are almost halfway there. And this is the 31-day Proverb Cleanse, where we are just really gleaning wisdom from the book of Proverbs. To be a better father, to be a better friend, to be a better brother, to be a better co-worker, I need to be a better man. And to be a better man, it takes wisdom. And who else to get that wisdom from other than a man that's been appointed and anointed by God? And so we're taking this proverb challenge to go through 31 days. You read one chapter in Proverb. Core is 31 Proverbs, 31 days in July, and we'll read right through them. So today I'm going to do something a little different, okay? I'm actually just going to go through them, all right? So here we go. Proverb 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Every wise woman, a wise woman is going to build her house up, not tear it down. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord, but he that is perverse in his ways despises him. That's an interesting statement to say, that if I don't walk in uprightness, that I actually despise the Lord. Verse 3, in the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve him. So now think about this. This saying that the lips of the wise shall preserve him. So wouldn't it be safe to say that the lips of a foolish will destroy him, will tear your life up? Your mouth. We've heard it 1,000 times. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Verse 4, where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increases by the strength of the ox. This is a very good proverb to stretch across different scenarios in our lives, because it's basically telling us without some added strength, we're going to be hungry, right? And you can really apply that to some different ways. What's the ox we need right now? Where's the strength coming from to help us to make sure we live a fruitful life? Verse 5, a faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. That's pretty straightforward. A scorner seeketh wisdom and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understands. Knowledge is easy. It means that it just flows right in. You learn, you pick up on things. But a scorner, a person who is a scorner in their heart, they just can't understand things. Verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. Now listen to what this wise king said. He said, when someone is talking and you know that you're not going to learn anything from that person, you're not going to get anything from them, they're not edifying, they're not uplifting, they're not encouraging, they don't know anything. He didn't say, well, don't offend them by walking away. He said, get away from them. And in other versions, it says, stay away from them. The wisdom of the prudent, verse 8, the wisdom of the prudent or the wise is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit, meaning foolishness will deceive us. Verse 10, the heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger doth not intermeddle with his joy. So this is saying, David said, he said, lie upon your bed and commune with your own heart. Sometimes we don't know what's going on with us. Sometimes we have so much noise that we can't even hear what's going on in our hearts. He's saying, oh, your heart knows if you listen. Just be still. Sometimes it takes a little while for the noise to really calm down. You got things going on. You got things to do. You got things that's frustrating you. And you have to take some time to just breathe, be quiet, forget it all. And you'll start to hear what's really bothering you. Verse 12, there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Lord, have mercy. How many times have I said to myself, my mama was right, or that man was right, or my pastor was right, or my teacher was right? You know why? Because in my own mind, the way that I was going, it seemed right in my own mind. But little did I know it was headed straight to death. Verse 13, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. That's a deep one. Study it. Verse 14, the backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied with himself. The backslider, where did he say backsliding starts? He says it's in your heart. And whatever's in your heart is going to cause you to backslide. And it says you'll ultimately be filled up. Your life will be filled with the things that are in your heart. Jesus said it's not the things that's on the outside. It's the things that's on the inside that actually defiles us. It comes out of our mouths too. Verse 15, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. The simple, they just believe everything. They read a Facebook post and they ready to post it on a billboard. It's true. It's law. God said it. It's on Facebook. I saw it on Twitter. It must be true. I saw it on YouTube. What so-and-so said, he said, only the simple will do that. You just believe anything that come your way. People talking about each other. Did you hear what so-and-so said? We never take the time. He said he will see well to his going. You look into things to make sure that what you're standing on is the truth. Verse 16, a wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. It says a wise man reverences, not just scared, that kind of fear, reverences. Reverences what? Reverences who? Reverences the natural and divine order of things, respects God, and would depart from evil. But a fool would just be bouncing all the way to his own destruction. Verse 17, he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. He that is soon angry, somebody who is a hothead, get mad so fast, they're going to end up doing something foolish. That's what it says. Soon angry. You just get mad so easy, so fast. Anything just presses your buttons. You're going to end up doing something foolish. Verse 18, the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The prudent, the wise, crowned with not silver and gold, not diamonds and rubies, but knowledge. I always have my young leaders repeat after me, knowledge is power. And they understand that because it really is. Verse 19, the evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. Fear not, my brothers and sisters. Those wicked people, those evil people, at the end of the day, they will bow before the righteous. That is a true statement. Don't worry about it. Let God deal with it. Verse 20, the poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich man got a lot of friends, has many friends. The poor, why do we hate the poor? Why do we look down on them? That is so unhealthy for our lives and for our hearts. Verse 21, he that despiseth his neighbor sins, is in sin, but he that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. Now check this out. He said, have mercy on the poor. Have mercy on them. Love on them. Help them. And we know people out here scamming. Just let God deal with that. If they poor, you can see that they poor, they have need. This man, this wise king is saying it will actually make you happy. Notice he didn't say he that does for the poor in the name of the Lord. This is not talking about Christians. It's not talking about anybody. Anybody that does something good for the poor, it'll make you feel better. Even psychologists, counselors, social workers, they all say, man, you're dealing with depression. You're feeling bad. You're feeling down and out. Do something for the poor. It'll make you feel better. Verse 22, he's asking the question, do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. Make a plan to do something good. God have mercy on us. God will be gracious to us. And God will show us the truth. Verse 23, in all labor, there is profit. Now, what does that mean? That means you working, you may feel like you don't get paid enough. You may feel like you don't get paid at the right time. You may feel like you're unappreciated or whatever. You may feel like you're not getting anything out of it at all. He says, no, in all labor, there's a profit. It may profit you in a lesson. It may profit you in a blessing from God. It may profit you financially. It may profit you in your body. Work. Verse 24. And I know we in that season now where everybody trying not to work. And he's saying, oh, we can't do that. You and I, we must work. Verse 24. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is their folly. Verse 25, a true witness delivereth souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. It is so important for us to be a person who is looking to help deliver souls from bondage, from turmoil, from poverty, from brokenness. It is a blessing to help those who need help. Verse 26, in the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. Now, this verse right here, this is where I speak to those who are always afraid of some sudden doom, some impending apocalypse and all of this kind of stuff. No, he said, look, if we fear the Lord, it doesn't matter what comes. We'll have a place of refuge. That's why I don't run around with all of this fear about the end days and all of this stuff. I fear the Lord. I know judgment is coming and all of that kind of stuff. And no, I don't want to be a part of some catastrophic event in my nation or in my community. But I know at the end of the day, no matter what comes, I have a place of refuge because I'm a child of God. Verse 27, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, a fountain, just life, just coming up. It's just all over you. That's because of the fear of the Lord. We reverence God. We esteem him greatly. We lift him up. We respect him. To depart from the snares of death. So not only is it life, but it also helps me get away from what's bad, what's evil, what's not going to do me any good. Verse 28, in the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. The prince, that's the son of the king. We, us kings, hey, listen, we need to understand that we need to take care of our young men. Verse 29, I'm just throwing that in. Verse 29, he that is slow to wrath is of great understanding. Remember the guy that's hasty to angry, soon angry, he ends up doing something foolish. It says, he that is slow to wrath, slow to be angry, is of great understanding. God has imparted something to them. It's something written on his heart, etched into his soul that makes him slow to wrath. But he that is hasty of spirit is just going to exalt folly, foolishness. Verse 30, a sound heart is the life of the flesh, Do you know that? Listen to what it says. It says, but envy, the rottenness of the bones. You know, we have this rise of bone marrow cancer, right? You know, and they say inside the marrow of the bones, that's where like a lot of the things that go on in our body, it comes from inside our bones. There's something in there that really can affect the whole of our physical health. He says, a sound heart is the life of the flesh. We need to understand how important it is for our hearts to be sound, for us not to be fretting and angry and bitter and unwilling to forgive and not let things and let people go. Because at the end of the day, it can actually make you physically sick. It's the truth. Verse 31, he that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor. So he's saying, man, when you oppress the poor, when you withhold good from them who have need, when you can see that there's a need right here and you don't do anything about it, you're oppressing them. When you try to hold them back or keep back resources from them, or I ain't telling you nothing, you don't want to give them knowledge, you don't want to give them understanding, says that is a reproach to our Creator. But he that honoreth him, honors who? Honors God, has mercy on the poor. This poor thing is in it, ain't it? You know, when we look at people, no matter what state they're in, we need to remember that these are God's people. God created them. Jesus said poor people are always going to be with us too. Verse 32, the wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous hath hope in his death. You know, you ever seen someone die and they say, I know where I'm going. Remember what Job said on his deathbed? He said, I know my Redeemer is living. I'm not even worried about this. I don't know why I'm going through what I'm going through. But his respect for God is what made him have hope in his death, even though he didn't die when he thought he would. Verse 33, wisdom rests in the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. Wisdom rests in the heart. But fools, they just blab, blab, blab everything. He says it'll be made known. They're going to say it. They're going to say what they don't need to say at the wrong time to the wrong people. And it's just all going to come out. You know how you have that saying, like, just keep listening. Just let them keep talking. They're going to tell you. Verse 34, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. You know, America used to be the beloved all around the world, but look how the sin has risen up in our nation, and we're not so loved around the world. This king said, it doesn't matter who you are, any people. Sin, when sin is taking over a nation, when sin is taking over a community, it's a reproach. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causes shame. So how do we cause shame? Disregarding the poor, forsaking the widows, not taking care of our elders, abandoning our children, our youth. That is not good. And guess what? We lose favor with God when we do that. So look, that is it. I went way over my time. I didn't plan on doing that, but we just blitzed right through. Just read right through them. I encourage you, take some time, read back through these, listen to this again. See how these things resonate in your heart. Check where you are with the poor and the fatherless and the widow, and see how God moves on your heart as you change according to his wisdom. So until tomorrow, 7:00, chapter 15, read it. Drop your proverb in there. Let's see if I can find some of these. I see Proverb 14:12 from Derek. And I do apologize. For some reason, my streaming service is not showing your comments in the chat. I have no idea why. I did go change something last night, but not sure why it's doing that. So we'll have it fixed tomorrow, though. I pray God Fill your heart with wisdom today, and that you will rest in his peace. God bless you. Have a great